Welcome to this video summary of what a beginner needs to know to get started in the world of mosaics, without the overwhelming theory that you don't really need when you are just starting out. I'll introduce you to the 4 key aspects of a mosaic: the substrate, materials, adhesive, and grout, as well as the basic tool you need to get started if you want to make cuts. Let's get started! Materials. There are many types of materials that can be used as accessory in a mosaic. In this video, I'll talk about the one I recommend to start: glass tiles. Glass tiles. As I said before, this is the material I recommend for beginners, as it's very easy to work with and comes pre-cut in various shapes and sizes. In fact, you could create mosaics without cutting any pieces. The typical square pieces usually come in 2 by 2 centimeters, although other sizes are also available. They are sold attached to mesh or paper, or loose, in a wide variety of colors and designs. It's affordable and easy to find. To work with it, you only need a basic tool and a bit of practice. You can also find other shapes like marbles. These tend to be more expensive than the standard glass tiles and are typically used to add a special touch to pieces or create a sense of volume. However, it's very likely that you will need to make cuts to get the results you are looking for. The tool you need to work with this material is the 2-wheel nipper. The basic version is affordable and works very well. To cut the tile, hold it from a corner with one hand, between your index finger and thumb, and with the other hand the nipper. Put the tile between both wheels, center it and aligned with the cut you want to make, then press to cut. Don't aim for perfect cuts. Imperfection is part of the charm of mosaics, giving it that handmade quality. There are certain shapes that will require gradual cuts, such as a circle. In these cases, you will need to gradually trim the tile until you get the desired shape. You'll be surprised by the number of shapes you can create from a square tile. For example, the design of this tray is made entirely from this type of tiles. Substrates or bases. Practically any solid base can be an excellent support for a mosaic. Native or plywood, metals, cement, styrofoam, glass and others. However, at times, we'll need to clean or seal it to get it ready. Adhesives. The golden rule of mosaic arts states that the substrate determines the adhesive we should use to ensure the integrity of our project. If we choose a wooden base, the most suitable adhesive is PVA glue. Be careful not to confuse it with school glue, as the latter is not strong enough to ensure long-lasting adhesion. PVA glue is a water-based, non-toxic adhesive, making it ideal for beginners. Before you start gluing the pieces, make sure the surface of the base is clean and dry. PVA glue gives you a few minutes to adjust the position of the pieces, and once everything is in place, you should let it sit for a day to ensure it dries properly before grouting. This brings us to the final chapter, grouting. Grout is a cement-based substance used to fill the spaces between mosaic pieces, creating a cohesive effect. Although it can be found ready to use, it's more common to buy it in powder form and prepare the required amount by simply mixing it with water until it reaches a peanut butter-like consistency. At times, it's recommended to add a little amount of PVA glue to achieve a more compact and cleaner look once it dries. You should apply a generous layer over the tiles, ensuring all gaps are evenly filled, and remove any excess. After a few minutes, gently wipe with a slightly damp sponge. Wait a few more minutes, and once you notice it has dried a bit, especially on the tiles, you can gently clean with a dry cloth. Then let it dry for 24 hours. Visually, its role is essential, and you can get very different results by increasing or decreasing the space between the tesserae, or by using different grout colors. That's why it's very important to use this resource wisely to achieve the final touch we are looking for. Lastly, don't forget to wear a face mask when mixing the powder and gloves when applying it. It's a toxic substance and can have harmful effects on your health.